Let's discuss now an important topic in freediving, overtraining. It's absolutely underrated as topic, It's really important in most of other sports, but in freediving athletes never discuss about that. Basically, overtraining is vital in freediving, and of course, it exists as a factor when you're training so hard and most of the times almost every day. The symptoms of overtrainings are pretty clear. Let's say that if you train mostly twice a week, it's really difficult to feel and to go in overtraining. But if you're training like 3, 4 and start to go 5 times a week, then overtraining sooner or later is gonna rise. You're gonna feel it for sure. Basically, let's say that it's really subjective, depends on the free diver. Some people start to feel it way earlier than other people, But in general, let's say that in most cases, after 2 or 3 weeks of training where you're training 5 times a week, it's really possible that you're gonna feel strong overtraining symptoms. In this case, what you should do. First, overtraining symptoms are very clear to a freediver. Super early contractions, both in static and dynamic apnea, and you feel really weak. Outside of the water, when you're at home, when you're not training, you're extremely weak and you really feel the need to sleep a lot, way more than usual. This means you're going overtraining. And in the water, of course, you are destroyed. Short apnea times, strong and painful contractions way before than usual. Let's say you usually start to feel contractions in dynamic with the monofin at 60 meters. Well, when you're in overtraining, for sure you're gonna feel your first contractions at least 20-25 meters before, if your overtraining symptoms are really strong. Contractions are more painful and your distances will be way shorter in dynamic. And static apnea is the same, but we're gonna discuss that in another video. We're gonna talk now about overtraining specifically in dynamic apnea. So, strong contractions, painful contractions, short times of apnea. Of course, you feel mentally weak in the water. Contractions will start 20-25 meters earlier than normal. You will feel like you're losing apnea, but in reality, you're not losing apnea, you're just overtraining it. Which is a good sign if you're actually training a lot and you are actually wanna gain, more apnea capacity. It's a good sign because it means you're training, you're advancing. But in that moment, you're gonna be really tired and you are not gonna be able to do personal best or max dive because you're just tired. So you will need at some point to give your body more time to recover. So it can be frustrating most of the times if you don't know you're in overtraining. This is what was actually happening to me at the beginning. At some point, after a lot of training days in a row, after a couple of weeks, my apnea capacity will start to decrease. I couldn't understand why. I say, oh my God, what's happening? I'm losing apnea, but why? I'm training so much. How is it that possible? I'm losing apnea capacity. Well, at that time, I didn't know I was in overtraining. The key would have been just 3-4 days rest in a row to recover everything and come back in full potential again. But this is something I discovered way later, after years of training. Out of the water, you will feel tired. Most of the times you will feel the need to sleep a lot. And maybe 9-10 hours per day. And that's absolutely normal because it's the need of your body to recover from tiring and very hard training sessions. Your body is trying to recover as much as possible in order to get back to its full potential capacity. But, unless you don't give the body time to recover properly, you will never be able to actually perform to the fullest potential again. That's why you will need to give your body a couple days rest if you are in strong overtraining, even more, maybe also 4 or 5 training rest days in a row, 4 or 5 rest days in a row in order to actually recover fully. I promise, after those 5 rest days in a row, you're gonna be surprised of how much strong you will be.